Okay, how many pictures are you going to take? Yoda says, pictures you take, good camera you need. You do. This is actually the best of anything that we've seen from Fuji. It's also the lowest price in America. Fuji did this just for us. And many of you know, because I've used Fuji cameras for years, this actually uses what is called an EXR technology. And you've probably heard me describe it this way. It's not just a lot of pixels. It's better pixels, and I'll have our guest speak to that in just a few minutes. But guys, it's got the zoom. It's also got the flip out screen, which you typically only see on cameras, you know, anywhere from double to triple this asking price. So there's that flip out, tilt out screen. So it's a 3-inch screen. You get free software. In fact, I think, do we have an if purchased separately, Rob? If we do, I'd love to show it. Okay, so here's that if purchased separately. That'll make it really nice and clear for you. You're getting software. You're getting a memory card. You're getting a lot of great stuff. Over basically $160 worth of software. And then, of course, you get the memory card as well. And remember, it is only for this show. It is only for this hour. Free shipping. Rechargeable battery, which is great because then you don't even have to worry about, you know, going through a lot of batteries. Jim Hunter's back, and Jim always has great information. Oh, I should also let you know, the 1500 that we have, HSN exclusive, never to be offered again, final quantities, period. There is everything to love about this camera.
Everything. And you know what's great about it? It's intelligent. So if you're kind of dumb on cameras, this camera's going to be smart for you. I love this because it allows you to get the best shots out there available without fumbling with the settings and the buttons and such. And you're going to love this camera's designed for the shooter at mind. This is what they call a prosumer camera. As you notice, this pull-out screen she talked about earlier, there's something else that you're going to love about this because when you're outdoors and you get that glare and your point shoot becomes point and pray, now what's great about this camera is it has an eye-level viewfinder. But not only an eye-level viewfinder, has an automatic sensor. As you notice, my thumb moves in front of the lens here. As you notice right there, you're going to go ahead and turn off. Here we go. I'll show you right there. So we got an automatic sensor built into it, so it allows you to automatically switch over. So now what you're going to love about this screen as well is what it allows you to do is get different aspect ratios where you're actually able to get higher and get over crowds. And I like taking shots from not just the normal angles, but higher like you're on a jib or a ladder. And of course, all the settings are built right here on the front side here. So like a professional, you can balance or adjust the lighting. You can do all those things as well. It has a dedicated button right here for the high definition video. So you don't have to fumble for some special switches. So you go right into that. Of course, what you're also going to love about it is it has dual microphones built into it. So stereo sound, 1080p high definition resolution as well, and 420 frames a second, one of the fastest cameras we offer. But most importantly, you're going to have a zoom you've never seen before. You're going to have basically a wide-angle lens, a mid-range lens, and a super telephoto lens to allow you to get those shots that you never thought were possible before.
It's really true. And you know what? If you've seen Fuji on the air here at HSN, you have to understand, just like HP stepped up to the plate with our today's special, that hopefully you're still calling on, because remember, you've only got 1 hour to qualify for that price. What Fuji did is they actually took some features that they offer in their professional level cameras, the ones that sell at or over $1,000, because we are so proud of the relationship that we have developed with Fuji. They gave us not only an exclusive price break, this is the lowest price in the country, by the way, you should know that, and we have all of them. So basically the 1500 that you see, that is it. This camera will never be back again for this price. In fact, you know Fuji, I mean, they're a film company, but they're also an Emmy award-winning company. So they take that same technology that they put in their professional cameras that sell at or more than $1,000, and they give it to you. Now, you're probably already shaking your head and you're saying, well, that's great if I could figure out how to use the camera, right? Because that's the problem with a lot of technology. You might get a camera that has a lot of great features, but trying to figure it out makes your eyes glaze over. What I love most about Fuji is they have, and they actually were instrumental in developing what I call the Wonder Wheel. And the Wonder Wheel basically means you turn the camera on, and you know what, even if you don't know what EXR is, it just means a better picture, by the way, you put it on automatic. And doggone it, it's like the little, you know, Fuji engineers, you know, like Santa's little helpers. It's like they're built into your camera. And then you just you supply your own smiles, you supply your own subjects, and then you just click and you point and you click and you point and you click. And the great thing is you don't have to be a great photographer to get great results. And if you are channel surfing tonight, maybe you are seeing some other cameras out there. There are a lot of really fine cameras, but if you want one that gives you the best in terms of features, you want one that gives you the best of the best in terms of high definition photos and video. This is a high definition camera in addition to everything else, but you want one that you don't have to agonize over how to use. You get that little wonder wheel and it makes you an instant expert. And you know what? At the end of the day, the less you have to think about technology, if you don't have to think about it, you're going to get better results. Because I've used those cameras where you got to set stuff and watch stuff and your eyes glaze over, and then you don't get great pictures because you're trying to make everybody do all the work. Same thing holds true with our today's special, and I know you're seeing that item number at the bottom of your screen. HP put the best technology that they have in your today's special. And Jim, I think that's what it all boils down to is we all love a great price, but doggone it, if something doesn't do a better job,
exactly.
Who cares?
And if I can't figure it out,
right.
What does it matter?
Who cares?
There's 103 different scene recognition modes in that XR Auto. Most cameras have 6 different scene recognition modes in the automatic mode. This is like having a professional photographer inside the camera for you. It really is. Adjusting everything. That EXR automatic mode will check the lighting, check every different aspect that you can think of, and actually make sure that every shot is a perfect shot every single time. Yeah. And then you combine it to that award-winning Fuji lenses that they use in telescopes and satellites and such. Let me show you real quick a great examples. You know, sometimes you can't get close enough to your subject. You have natural barriers and such. Yeah. And right here, our subject's way over here across the canal with that 30 times optical zoom. What it allows you to do is find the picture inside the picture. It's way off here in the distance. And now with that zoom, is not just an automatic zoom or a motorized zoom. Yeah. It's a manual zoom that you turn the handle on the lens, just like a professional. Yeah. You don't get the noise. It's faster, and it's better response time. And this is one of the fastest cameras we've ever offered out here on HSN, because what you're allowed with this camera is it starts up faster than the camera we offered before, and has the autofocus faster than anything we had before, because this is what it's all about. When you have kids playing, they just don't understand the time to slow down. They want to go ahead and have their fun. They're on their time schedule. They don't want to stop and stop the fun. This allows you to capture little Santi here on the slide, and they're going on that slide, what, 5, 10, 15 miles an hour. This allows you to capture little Santi's face as he's going down that side, and it captures the image. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this camera. It's fast. As the autofocus, the fastest autofocus we've offered out there to date. It allows you to quickly capture this. It has dual processors built into this camera. Most cameras have one processor. It has a processor. It has an EXR processor, and it has the backlit CMOS technology, brings it all together with Fuji lenses. So you're able to capture shots that you never thought you could capture before.
And in fact, you know, here's an example. I know we're talking about the smart. Don't you love this screen, by the way? I mean, you don't have to put the cheaters on in order to read it. I should also point out, you also get the Viewfinder, which is one of the biggest requests that we have from our viewers. But, you know, there's a
manual's built right into it.
Manual's built right in, but there's cat and a dog mode. I mean, who knew that? I mean, you needed different things, right? Do they have a host mode? Because I need one. But here's my favorite. I'm going to keep it on this every single time.
Enhanced portrait.
Exactly. Shoots face skin appears smooth.
What it does is like an airbrush effect. It gets rid of all those wrinkles.
My producer Dan said, "There's your host mode. Skin detail. Skin detail. Break the knob." That's what I always tell them. It's actually 2 different portrait modes. Natural light. So how many of you are going to be taking? There's your natural light. 2 images shot continuously without flash and with flash.
One push of the button takes 2 shots.
Absolutely. There's your text. There's your flower. Party mode. Beach, snow, sunset, fireworks, night. I mean, sport mode, landscape. I mean, the list goes on. And let me just ask you this. I mean, not only are you going to take more pictures over the next 2 months, you're going to be taking pictures in probably the most difficult lighting environments. Because I actually bought like hundreds of dollars worth of more stuff to put on my parents' tree, because Connie calls me Martha Stewart, because I love to cook and I love to decorate and I love to do my parents' tree when I go home. But the thing that really ticks me off and frustrates me, and maybe the same way, I put all this work into the tree and then I take pictures with my camera, but I apologize for it doesn't capture the way the tree really looks or the way the decorations really look. And I work hard on that. So those are hard pictures to take. The camera knows what to do in whether you're taking the natural light or a night mode. I mean, you can choose. So you're going to capture the decorations and the carolers and the Christmas lights and all the Christmas, the kids in front of the Christmas tree, but with the lights and keep everybody in focus. And you know what, at the end of the day, Jim, those are the things that we want. We not only want it to be easy, but we want it to look better than real life.
Exactly. Yeah,
you know?
and that's the key. You know,
yeah,
it allows you, it's really literally like having a professional photographer inside here.
It's true.
And that lens is so good, you're going to be glad that you can't remove it from this camera because it's fixed on there and it doesn't allow elements like an SLR camera. When you take the lens off and elements and dust can get on there, just like your glasses get dirty, those lenses get dirty. This seals that, so it eliminates that. And here's the thing about also with the zooming technology built into this. It's 30 times optical zoom, okay, really important. 16 megapixel resolution, of course. That EXR technology, making sure everything looks perfect. There's also that image stabilization. They had to build a new image stabilization to allow you to take advantage of the zoom. And give you a case in point. Here you are. This is with no zoom, and your subject's way across here, this canal, okay? And this right here is with 10 times optical zoom, which most point-and-shoot cameras out there have, okay? But then you go to a 20 times optical zoom, okay? And now you're seeing all the brilliance. But I'm going to show you something that's going to blow you away. Now you're going to go to a 30 times optical zoom. And there's also something called intelligent zoom. It's a 2 times multiplier. It could be 60 times optical zoom. But let me show you something here. This gets lost sometimes in the rush and the hustle and the bustle of life. Now, see right here, we have brightness here in this lighting here, okay? We have darkness way here in the shadows. Most cameras, this would block this all off. It'd be a shadow there. You could not see the stems leading to the water. Every aspect of this camera right here allows you to grab every bit of information, and it morphs those images and morphs that pixels, those details, and make sure everything is in perfect lighting. See, wouldn't it be wonderful that every time you stood there in perfect lighting? Because when it comes to photography, it's all about the lighting. This camera achieves that every single time.
So, you know what? It's almost like, you know, we have these lighting teams here at HSN, and it's almost like our lighting team following you around. I mean, seriously. And, you know, that's just it. That's why when you see certain celebrities, they travel with their own lighting team. I mean, they really do, or they light specifically for that celebrity. You know, they've got their good side. I mean, and that's why they always look so good, and that's why they always look so young. But the whole idea is this is the best of everything. If you're taking pictures of kids, this has an unbelievable response time, meaning it always resets, so you're never waiting for the camera. How many times have you had a camera that, you know, the kids were ready for the shot, but the camera wasn't ready? This means never missing that shot, that zoom, the image stabilizer. So if you had a little too much eggnog or you're not so steady on your feet, it stabilizes the image. And that's why I keep saying, you know, there are a lot of great cameras out there, believe me. And I, you know, as many of you know, I've got, you know, I love Fuji. There's another camera that I use that cost me a lot of money here at HSN, and it's a fabulous camera, but it does require just a little more manipulation. And the nice thing about this is it really is the best of all worlds. So for those of us out there that are a little technophobic, you charge up the battery, and I'll just show you again on the back. Remember, this has that flip-out screen, which you know the camera I'm talking about. You see those cameras that, you know, are literally double the asking price that have that flip-out screen, so that is included. There's your viewfinder, your pop-up flash included in the perfect design, this wonderful lens shield, which all the professional photographers use, that zoom, the zoom, the zoom, the zoom, built-in image stabilizer, and then I kind of go back to my favorite feature. You know I love it, the Wonder Wheel. So even if you know nothing else, just keep it on automatic. And, you know, and you really are. You're going to be, your jaw will drop. And, you know, that's the other great thing. Buy this, get this, we'll do the free shipping. We're taking $100 off for this hour because remember, it's a new day at the stroke of midnight, so it's $100 off for this hour, for this show, for this airing. Get it at home, put a little note on there, open me first, and just try it. You know what, take some of your Christmas pictures, take some of your Hanukkah photos, take, you know, your New Year's Eve pictures, whatever it might be. And I'll tell you something, if you aren't thrilled, you send the camera back. This, as per all of our items here at HSN, does qualify for our extended holiday return policy, which means even after you take the shots, if you decide, oh, well, maybe it's not for me, and, you know, if you don't love the pictures as much as I think you're going to love the pictures, you send it back and we will refund your entire purchase price. So I just hope you take advantage of it now because I'd love to show you the quantity left one more time. We have basically 1,400 of them, never to be duplicated. Lowest price in America, $100 less than we've ever done here at HSN. And those 1,400 that we have remaining, They do not take into account the hundreds of people who are joining us in the various forms of ordering. So if you are the least bit thinking about it, I hope you're making your way to the phones. We even have FlexPay, so it's less than $60 in your credit card. That was also a special FlexPay that they gave us for this hour as well. So Jim, I see you doing a little high-def video over there.
Oh, definitely. You know, when you're traveling, going on vacation, going on a holiday, a trip of a lifetime, you want to make sure you have a great camera to archive every single moment. This is not only a camera, it's a high-definition 1080p camcorder. As you notice right here, as I'm playing, it's recording the video. It's in 1080p. It's going to go ahead and record it in stereo sound. And also what's unique about this camera is one of the fastest high-definition video cameras we've offered. 420 frames a second. That means you can stop action in motion and capture each frame after frame after frame. What you're also going to love about this camera is that what it'll do, also allow you to do is take still images right here on this button right here. You're going to see in 1 second. See this little red button? As you're in the record mode, you push that button. It starts the record mode for you, okay? And then what happens is you go ahead and you're able to take the shutter button like just a normal camera. So watch this image right here. You hit there and it's playing back your video through the HDMI connection. So that starts the recording video. You hit the shutter button as you're recording and it takes still images right at the same time. So right here you're able to get your shot and take video and still images at the same time. Most cameras won't allow you to do that. So this is one of those cameras that can take multiple angles, multiple shots, multiple ways of taking your shots, so you're getting the perfect shot every single time.
And you know, you're getting the perfect shot without you using much brain power. Basically, it's just nice to know that the camera's doing all the work. So even if you're channel surfing, I know you're seeing some great cameras out there. And, you know, that's the one thing about cameras I will say. There are a lot of different cameras under a lot of different brands, under a lot of different price points. And maybe you're kind of scratching your head and you're saying, oh, well, what's the right one for me? Well, for me and my money, it's all about what the camera's going to do for me, not what I can do for the camera, meaning I don't want to have to fiddle with it. I just don't. I'll just tell you, I just don't you just want to know you're going to take great pictures? I think that's a lot of us out there. You know, kind of like all of our electronics, we just want it to work. We just want it to be great. And that's just it. This is not a good camera. It's a great camera. Actually, I have not had this EXR technology on the air. It's got to be, it might even be 2 years.
Yeah, it was over a year ago.
I was going to say.
Last time we did this. Yeah.
You know, because I have a little point and shoot from Fuji that has this EXR technology. And I'll tell you something, some of the best pictures I've ever taken in my entire life to rival that of my, $1,000 camera.
Exactly.
And it's that technology, and I know I keep saying that, it's not just more pixels, they're better pixels. Fuji actually optimizes the way the pixel is designed. So if you don't know what a pixel is, think of it as resolution. You're saying, well, what's resolution? You know how when you get up in the morning, if you wear glasses or if you wear readers, you know if you don't have your glasses on and they look kind of blurry, but then you put your glasses on and all of a sudden it's crystal clear?
Right.
Think of it that way, only it's almost like your readers on steroids. So it's like high definition. It's like super clear, but it's better than that. So that resolution in the pixels, they're even better than standard pixels. So it's really not like any other technology out there. I would love to, thank you guys. You can see the quantity left. 1,300 remaining. Actually, the EXR is my favorite. I think it's the best technology that Fuji makes. They're an Emmy Award-winning company. We don't get to do them very often here at HSN. I know it's been 2 years since I've had the EXR, but to Jim's point, we haven't had it on the air, period, in over a year. And we're taking $100 off our price. That's only for this show. 12 midnight, I'm done. I think Adam is coming up with our brand new Soda Stream Today special. And when that happens, we raise the price back up by $100. That's what you'll spend at retail, by the way. So I'm glad that you're doing it. $160 worth of software free, rechargeable battery, so you're not, good for you, good for Mother Earth. You're not buying a lot of batteries. And then you also get a memory card as well. It's a high-definition camera and a high-definition camcorder, all rolled into one for less than $60 on your credit card. Oh, and if you want to look younger, just take the pictures with this camera. I mean, seriously.
I tell you what,
that's worth it alone.
It's really amazing now. And when we talk about this camera being fast, it's not only the fastest camera we've offered on the startup time and the autofocus.
Yeah.
It's one of the fastest cameras we have out there that actually takes shots continuously. And you think about the football photography or sports photography and runway model, whatever it may be, where they take tons of shots. The reason they get that perfect shot is not because they've taken 2 shots and they, I'm just so skillful, I came up with a great shot. No. that's not how it works. People are in motion. Sometimes you just can't capture the best shot. This allows you to take very quick shots and fast shots. And here's something very important to think about. This allows you 8 frames a second in the burst mode. Now, here's kind of a little inside secret, folks.
Okay.
Most cameras that tell you that do 8 frames a second, they do it in a lower resolution.
Yes.
They'll do it in 4 megapixels or 6 megapixels or 2 megapixels. This is 8 frames a second and 16 megapixel resolution. Because why? Faster shouldn't mean I get less, right?
Yes.
I should get more and get fast. This is what gives you. So it allows you to find the perfect shot. And when you find the perfect shot, it's the shot you put in front of the family album, or on your computer screen, or you blow it up and put it on a frame in your house. This is the type of image you're allowed to get that. And something else you mentioned earlier, Shannon, about this camera is that, since the lens is built in, and really, if you were to compare this to an SLR, a single lens reflect, where you remove these lenses, you'll be talking about 3 different lenses. You would spend over $1,000 in lenses alone to get the equivalent to this camera. And this is what's great about it is it allows you to get close up to your shots and zoom in and see. As I'm working the shutter button here, I'm zooming in just like a professional. Most cameras, it's the zoom and the shutter, and if you can't manipulate both at the same time. You can't zoom in and take shots. This allows to do it every time. And the last thing not the last thing, but the one thing I really want to talk about this time of season, Shannon, is low light sensitivity.
Yes,
and it's not really low light sensitivity so much. It's that EXR technology. So right here, you're getting a shot, and you're with Maria Christina, and she's the light, and the flash hits her here. Okay, and that's not a bad shot.
No, but
you're
that's
missing
the
the
picture
darkness.
most of us are getting.
It's not bad, but you know what you're going to when you have the holidays and you have the lighting, you want to capture the warmth. And let me show you the difference here.
Oh my gosh!
See, what you're now capturing is the depth and the warmth of light. This is a cold feeling shot.
Isn't that crazy?
And this is a warm shot. Perfect image stabilization, face detection, perfect flash to the face, not washed out. Everything's just blended just right. And you see that depth, you get that depth of field from the screen.
Can I just point out, again, that's why I am crazy about the EXR technology. And remember, the only thing you do is I'll show you the Wonder Wheel again. If you just don't want to think, I'll be honest with you, the Fuji point and shoot that I have that has this EXR technology, I never take it off EXR. I'll tell you why.
Same here.
I mean, why would you? Because, I mean, what that does is it literally, it's like a little professional photographer. It knows what scene mode it should be on. It white balances. It'll stabilize. It knows what the shutter should be. I mean, I'm not kidding. It literally does everything. It literally does everything. So a lot of times when you see cameras with because there are great cameras out there, and I will tell you, cameras that do what this camera does, especially with the flip-out 3-inch screen in high definition, you know very well they're double the asking price. And those do, because I've got one, and it is a great camera. You know how much I love that camera. Excuse me. But it does require a little more personal manipulation on my part. I have to, make sure it's on the right scene mode, et cetera, et cetera. The scene modes are built in, which is great, but I got to pick and, figure out which one works. This one, you don't even have to pick the scene modes. This, truly, you put it on EXR and you utilize that technology, and it even picks the scene modes for you, calculates everything, white balances everything. And the other thing is, and I know I keep saying this, not just, more pixels, better pixels.
Exactly.
Think about how hard it is for you to read that menu or that text without your readers. Well, imagine putting those readers on, but then imagine putting them on in high definition. It's not just crisper, clearer, it's more information, if that makes sense. So the camera is actually recording more than what a standard pixel or what a standard camera would be doing.
Exactly.
Basically.
I kind of look at it as an outdoorsman, like a big fishing net that captures all the fish in the stream. See, some cameras would just have a small net and only capture a few fish. This captures everything.
Yes.
So you capture all the image. Now I want to show you this automatic sensor eye level viewfinder. Now this is what's very unique to this camera.
Yeah.
Most of the time when we offer a camera that has this feature built in, besides the tilt screen, as Shannon mentioned earlier, is usually $500, $600, $700.
Yes.
But watch here, as your face moves in front of the camera, see how the eye level viewfinder turns on?
Yeah.
Imagine your face, and imagine you're outdoors, and all of a sudden you get that glare, and you're missing your shot.
Yep.
And your kids or your friends or someone you love's doing something fantastic. This is what you get here. So all you have to do is pick it up, move it right to your face, and it automatically switches over. You get the shot. And see, at nighttime, here's the thing about where you really test the salt of a camera. We talked about the long range shots. We talk about fast shots, low light sensitivity. You know, we mentioned earlier the lighting is so important. And this is the camera that's going to capture the feel of the holidays like you never captured before. You want to get this camera, if you're buying this for a gift, you might want to buy two, buy one for yourself and buy it for somebody else. Open it up before the holidays and start taking shots now. Because this is what most cameras will do right here.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to take a flash, you're going to watch out Marie Christina.
Everybody has that picture.
What a wonderful shot, right?
Yep, everybody has that
mugshot,
picture.
or, you know, I've seen some alien, and now that's how I look right here. And you see a Christmas tree, which looks kind of marginally nice, but wouldn't it be nice to have a camera that figured it all out for you? It realized that you're in a nighttime portrait mode. It realized there's an individual here, so I see the face detection up to 10 different faces.
Is that EXR on that
EXR technology built in. It does it all for you. You leave in the automatic mode. 102 different automatic modes. I know. It blows me away.
Yeah, and see, that's just it, because other cameras have scene modes, so you understand. There are other cameras out there with scene modes. There are other cameras that have that tilt-out screen. You might even be seeing other cameras right now with many of these features. But what other cameras do not have is Fuji, again, developed and created something called EXR. Jim said it's been a year. I know for myself, I know for a fact it's been over 2 years since I personally aired an EXR here at HSN. And I know I keep going back to the not just, you know, more pixels, better pixel story, but more importantly, it does what other cameras don't do. Meaning, other cameras are going to have scene modes. Scene modes are great, but you still have to pick and say, okay, well, I'm indoors, but I've got Christmas lights, so do I pick party, or do I pick indoors, or do I pick low light, right? So if you're like me, I've got all those settings on my cameras. I take 3 different pictures, and then I try to figure out, you know, which one looks best, right? Well, God help you if there was a toddler in the shot, because they're only in one picture by that point.
Exactly.
With EXR knows. It knows. So it knows, kind of like Santa, whether you've been naughty or nice. I know which one I've been. But it knows, fill in the blanks on your own, kids. Lots of coal. I'm used to getting lots of coal. But EXR knows. So it knows if it should be night mode. It knows if it should be scene mode. Because a lot of times the scenes in other cameras, they're so close you really just don't know which one to pick. It does everything. It does everything. Oh, there's also motion detection. There's a motion sensor in this. And not only that, it resets very, very quickly. Has that dual processor like Jim was talking about. Features that, remember, Fuji only puts in their cameras that sell for well over $1,000. So it really, in every possible and conceivable situation, it just does better pictures. And it's $100 off. Lowest price in the country for this technology. Lowest price guaranteed in the country for EXR technology, and only for this show. Remember, we raised the price at midnight. I'm so glad that you're taking action. And remember, it's also on FlexPay. They added a FlexPay for us. So, again, seeing's believing. I mean, you get this camera at home and you try it for yourself. And if you aren't blown away, you know what? No skin off your nose. Just send it back. But I really take a few pictures, and take a few pictures now. And take pictures in lighting that are kind of tough. And you know what I'm talking about. You know, whether it's a Christmas tree, whether it's, you know, the birthday, if somebody's having a birthday in your family. I mean, all of those great things that you think about, you're going to get better pictures. And trust me when I say we live and die by our pictures. How many of you are out there posting pictures on Facebook? How many people, you know, maybe you're dating online, you know, maybe, you know, any social networking site, LinkedIn or whatever, you need a good picture. Well, this is like paying a professional photographer. I'm serious. You put this on that portrait setting.
Exactly.
Have your friend, have your girlfriend take a snapshot. It's going to look like you paid for that portrait setting, you know, at the big, you know, professional photographer. It really is.
They call us a prosumer camera. This is a camera that you could be inspired to be professional, make a living with this camera, do weddings, do whatever you want to. This camera is that type of quality.
It is.
But in the easy mode, the XR Auto mode, it allows you to take those baby steps. Because a lot of folks will say, Jim, this is so complicated looking that I don't want to try it. I just want to encourage you that EXR Auto mode will allow you to take those baby steps. Now, I want to show you something else about this camera. We talked about long distance shots, low light shots, fast shots. Let's talk about super close-up shots. And right here, I just took a picture of a coin earlier. And I got a fancy little coin here, and we're going to zoom into this. This has super macro mode. You know, a lot of cameras don't have very good super macro mode, which means as you get closer to it, you lose the detail. This camera allows you to capture all the detail when you're literally laying the lens right on top of the device. So this allows you to archive older things, and, you know, allows you to get those great shots. Now, we talked about fast earlier. I want to show you something else here we talked about. Of course, we have the high definition video, and you got the auto sound. This right here, the continuation mode, you see that little snapshot that's playing over and over again? This camera took 4 shots continuously and allowed you to capture those shots and get perfect resolution every time. And this is what I love about this detail when you talk about
I just want to point out, if you're saying, oh, that movie's jumping, it's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
Those are
images.
individual shots.
I can go ahead and play this for you. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button right there.
Just FYI, this camera is so fast. You know, when you see photographers on the football field.
Exactly. That's the type of camera it is.
That's the type of camera it is. But again, and I know I keep saying this, not to dumb this down, but, you know, I respect the fact that you know, I mean, obviously you're a smart shopper, but I like the fact that I don't have to think about it. Maybe you're the same way. God knows I got enough to think about. And maybe you're the same way. It's just so nice to have a camera that you can rely on, and it's just so nice to have a camera that you can trust. It's Fuji. They're an Emmy award-winning company, but moreover, this is their prosumer series, meaning they put the best technology in that EXR design, and that's why the EXR generally fetches a price of $400 and above. Same technology, by the way, that Fuji puts in their cameras that start at about $1,000. So the fact that we're doing $100 off our price, I'll just tell you something, we have never offered an EXR SLR style camera in this price range with that EXR technology ever. And when these are gone, they are gone for good. This is another one that is not coming back. It's the lowest price in the country. I'm glad that you're taking advantage of it. Even if you've got a camera that you think is really good, how much work is it? I mean, a lot of us have those great cameras, but it's like,
the manual's so thick and you get overwhelmed by it. Hey, this also has 360-degree panoramic shots. It's like scanning the background to capture the whole shot, where normally you just get one still shot. You can get the feel, and it makes you archive that vacation holiday. I know. And you remember it for down the road.
It is. I just want you to see quantity left one more time, because we're at almost 600 gone, final 1,000, guys, and that offer is done when I'm done at midnight. So last 1,000. Don't know if we can show that or not. I know there's a lot to get to, so grab it while you can, because it's definitely in sellout quantity. So thank you again for your orders. Thank you, Jim Hunter.
Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate everyone.
Good to see you as always. So remember, final chance.